My name is Brennan Bassett. I'm from Volga, South Dakota, and I study theater at the University of Minnesota-Morris, and I will be graduating May 2017. So what I do in theater, I'm an actor, and that's a very small part of a very big canvas of collaborative art, of making a world and showing a world to an audience and inviting them into that world, whether they want to escape from theirs or whether it'll help them either deal with things that are going on or provide some sort of catharsis is always what we strive for. The reason theater appealed to me, it appealed to me at a young age, and one specific memory is my parents took me to a production of The Boys Next Door. And I really remember being like 6 or 7 and really finding these characters enjoyable. And then afterwards I got to see them in the lobby, and there they were as just regular people. And then in 3rd grade I did a version of Cinderella where I was like an advisor to the king that carried around the slipper all the time, just this goofy little role. But ultimately it stayed with me because it was a chance to create something with your inner self and your outer self, and create it with other people who enjoy doing that kind of thing, and then sharing it with people is the funnest part of that for me, is having people in front of you that are captivated, or at least you hope you captivate, and even if it's just for a few seconds, to have their attention for that long, especially today with phones and internet and Facebook, everything, to have someone's attention and captivate them with something you created on your own and with others is incredible. It's an incredible feeling that never gets old for me. So the children's show we just did was James and the Giant Peach, and the big message for that is that you can be someone one day, and the next day you can be someone completely different, and not different because you change, but James is with these terrible aunts, and then he gets into this peach and he meets these friends he has. They're all insects, but then throughout the play, he has an adventure with them, and at the end, he's away from his aunts, he's in a new place, and he has all these friends now. And it's just, that message is that your circumstances could be bad now, but they're not always going to be like that. You can find friends in even the strangest of places, in the weirdest of ways. Have an adventure and see what happens. Children's theater is one of the most rewarding, coolest things to do, and it's also, for me, it's one of the most difficult, because children are smart. I mean, say what you will, they're smart, and if they pick up that you're not believing what you're saying or who you are, or you don't believe the world you're in, they're going to be the first to write it off, and to lose you. You're going to lose their attention, and you're going to lose their respect, because they're smart, and they're the ones that people are like, oh yeah, children's theater, you make a spectacle for children, they like it. Well, I mean, they have to believe it though. They want to believe it, and it's getting harder and harder with TV and movies. But it's still, there's such a big place for it still, and it's fun. So studying theater in Morris, in a smaller community than compared to the Twin Cities, there's pros and cons. But ultimately, theater, and I think a lot of art, is what you're going to do with the opportunities that are given to you. You get so close with these people, and it attracts these passionate people that want to do it. They want to get better, and they have, definitely they supply the faculty to do that with. And if you take that motivation in those people and you run with it, you can go to places. I mean, even just being in Morris, I've already been in Chicago and the Twin Cities, and I've performed, improv at each, and have auditioned at each, and everything. So I think that though there are differences, it's kind of who you are and the character you are at the end of the day, and what you're going to do and how hard you're going to work. 3 to 5 years, ideally, I'd like to be working professionally in any city. I've looked at New York and the Twin Cities, and next year I'll be going over to the UK, and I'll be studying in England at the Guildford School of Acting in their MFA program, 2 years. So, but I'd like to be in Dublin too, not being just working and making some money. There's the whole thing. If you want to be in theater, if you're an actor, you want to be famous and you want to be making huge money. Well, I mean, the very small percentage of people that do theater actually do that and become famous. But there's plenty of people that work in theater and can still make a living. So that's where I see myself.
Visit pioneer.org/postcards to catch up on missed episodes and to find out more about your favorite segments. This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4th, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yakel-Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windham in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts, offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflections Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota. Explore hundreds of lakes, trails, and attractions for a great vacation or a place to hold an event. ExploreAlex.com. Tri-State Brain and Spine Institute, with locations in Alexandria, Edina, Crookston, and Maple Grove. Doctors dedicated to evaluating and treating all types of brain and spine problems, no matter how complex.